Welcome to the Hank Cisco Show. Ladies and gentlemen, don't touch that remote. I want to just welcome all these new students behind the cameras. I'm getting to meet them the first time today. My first show for this coming year. And it will be 29 straight years that I've been doing this show here, Northtown High School. And I want to thank John Doyle. I want to thank the students and also the superintendent, Samuel, for allowing me to come in here and bob and weave. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. And we try to make it a happy show, educational, and get people to get to know each other. And I guess when I was boxing in the ring, before the fight would start, I'd always bless myself like this, that I would do my best. I never blessed myself to beat the other guy, because he might know better prayers than me. He beat me up. So I just say I prepare myself and enjoy being here with all these new students. So, and my guest today, all the way from Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania, originally from Plymouth Township, and he's an architect. And architects today are big deals, because what's going on down in Texas, Louisiana, Florida, Georgia, architects are going to have to come back and come in here in them communities and start building. You know, thank God we got a president that was a builder, so everything will work out pretty good. So God bless all the people, the victims down there, and I hope you get your electric and your water and do a good time. So my guest today, all the way from Jim Thorpe, originally from China, Jack CHUN. Thank you for coming here all the way there now. Tell me something about you. You came from China when you were a little boy or what? Come on.
First, I want to congratulate you for 29 years of success and going on the 30th.
Yeah.
Yes, I was born and brought up in Shanghai, China.
Shanghai.
Shanghai. All the way.
I used to go to a Shanghai restaurant in Philadelphia.
Oh, I know that restaurant. Yeah. And I was going to school in Shanghai, a boarding school. And one day.
Boarding school?
Yes, yes. One day I came back from school. I come back every weekend. And I saw everybody was busy packing. And I was wondering, what's going on? So they told me, oh, we're going on a long vacation. Well, to make a long story short, my father had made plans to move. That was 1945.
45.
46. 47.
After the war.
Yeah, right after the war.
Right.
But it was at that time when things were changing, and my father thought it was best for the family to leave Shanghai to go to Taiwan. The reason.
Taiwan, is that an island near there?
Yes, 200 miles east of the mainland.
Yeah.
And it was because my grandmother said, we have to leave.
Was she superstitious?
Well, she is not superstitious, but she had visions.
Oh.
During the Second World War, my father wanted to go to Chongqing to leave Shanghai. And my grandmother said, I had a vision from great-great-grandfather who said, don't worry about leaving. So my father, being a very pious son, said, okay, we're not leaving. We stayed in Shanghai, everything was fine. But this time in 1945 or so, 46 or so, grandmother said, we got to leave.
Get out of there.
I got a vision from great-great-grandfather who told us to leave. We left.
And it's all vision.
And it's a good thing we left. We went to Taiwan, and later on I came here to go to school, talking about everything happens for a reason. If I hadn't done that, if my family hadn't done that, I wouldn't be on your show today.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
To talk about my life's passion.
Well, you came to the United States and you start going to school, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So what got you involved in being an architect? Why didn't you become a doctor or dentist or an eye doctor or something? Who influenced you?
I'm still wondering about that myself today.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'll bring you back another show. We'll talk about that.
But I love it. I love what I did as an architect. And it gave me a chance.
An architect. What is an architect? What do they do?
Architect is an architectonic composer. We compose things, and we serve people. People who have the same feelings for hundreds and thousands of years of love, of fear, of concerns, of caring and sharing. And we design buildings for them, and not a building or another building, but eventually building becomes community. That's what we do.
Yeah. Well, you know, I was in Seattle, Washington, and I understand that the officials there, they tell the architects that they give you a tax break if you build it. They don't want everything square. They want something round, turn, over there, so it's not all the same, like little blocks.
Well,
So I go there and I see really different type of buildings, you know.
well, this we get into style and preferences, but if we deal with people, we have to be humane. We have to understand what people like.
Or in other words, when you sit down and they start telling you what they like or anything, then you have to put that in motion.
Yes. We have to understand, as architects, we have to understand. But what I would like to talk about is my passion for many, many, many years.
Okay.
Because being an architect, I was able to travel. I was licensed in 9 states. I saw many things, and it occurred to me that maybe someday I should give back something to the society.
Community.
To the community, yes. And what I saw was, this is a great country. I came here from China to Taiwan to the United States.
Right.
And this country, we can send the men to the moon. We created internet. We created all kinds of scientific wonders and the greatest medical devices in the world. But we have neglected the senior citizens.
Right. Like me. I'm 93 years old. November the 9th, I'll be 94. Hallelujah.
And you're still being neglected. So maybe there's something that we can do
Right.
For people in need.
Right.
And from my point as an architect, to
Right.
fill that gap. And that has been my passion.
So, this community, it seems like what happened in Texas, Florida, and also Louisiana, people came together. They come together when there's a tragedy, you know.
Yes.
So what you're talking about is having a community together before something happens.
Yes.
And then they're together, and they can work together, they can survive together.
Yes. Community is the key word.
Right.
So as architect, a building is not the end of everything. It's not a solution, not end all.
The love that goes in it.
The love that goes in it and the group of buildings which creates community.
Right.
And this is what we're talking about. But why community? And what does a community do? What we really need, because in 40, 50 years ago, we had family closeness.
Yeah.
But now today,
No.
because of the new technology and travel, job offering.
Yeah, the church is over here, the store's over there, the doctor's over here, you know, so you're
And
4
the family
points off the
is
Chinese Navy.
the family is dissipated,
Yeah,
and we have lost touch. We lost closeness.
right.
And what we really need is bring the family back, because this is human nature. We want closeness. We want warmth. We want love.
Yeah.
And so we have to create community, but people are scattered.
Well, how about in schools? Now, we're in the Northtown High School. Do the schools you think that they could be, start getting people interested in architect, or is that too complicated?
In school, school is a good catalyst for us to learn, to communicate, to interact. And what I'm proposing in terms of communication and interacting is a multi-generational, vibrant community type of living.
What do you mean by that now?
Well, vibrancy is a very important thing, that without vibrancy, life can be very stagnant. And what is vibrancy? Vibrancy is the absence of stagnancy. So when we lose flow of motion and communication and touch, and when we do not meet life challenges, we become very stagnant.
Yeah.
But if we meet challenge will give us hope, give us a flow of motion and communication.
Right.
And that in itself will bring vibrancy, bring back life, bring active, a feeling of being useful and needed.
Yeah.
That's vibrancy. Vibrancy is not amenities. And today there are many retirement homes, they say, oh, we have vibrant facilities. We have swimming pool, we have ping pong table, we have so on and so forth.
What do we need?
That's all amenity, it's not vibrancy. Vibrancy is life.
Yeah.
This is what we need, and this is what I'm trying to create.
Yeah. In other words, they're trimming the branches and the leaves, but they're not getting to the root.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Do you find young people getting involved with being an architect? Is it young, or is that, what's the scoop? Is that a dying job?
Architecture basically is a matter of creation. You can create in any career that you want.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's a matter of choice. You can choose to be a TV producer, a cameraman. You choose, but you still have to be creative.
Yeah.
That's important. And then and you have to meet the challenges, and the challenge never stops.
Yeah.
But when you meet the challenge, you feel very useful, and you feel needed.
Right.
That's when you become, it gives you a feeling of vibrant living.
Yeah. Well, the reason I asked you that question is because we have a newspaper reporter here in Times Herald, Oscar Gamble, and his wife is an architect. And I'm not going to have her on my show later, but I'm just saying that she's young to be able to get into this type of, I don't know if you call it a job or what, that's a career. It's more than being an architect, it's creative, right? Now, Al Panapinto, he's the one that created, or it was the architect for the Columbus Monument. Now, he went out there and he says, I don't have a picture of Columbus, but I have his ship, I have the compass, I have the water, and, that is what Columbus is all about, And that's creative thinking like that, see?
We must create.
Yeah.
We must create.
Yeah.
If we are created after the image of our Creator, we have to be creative.
Right. And then, so now we have all these buildings, and oh my God, you watch TV, you kind of get a little depressed. You stand there and say, I wish you could do something. And but I think this, what you're talking about, what you have is this community, whatever it is you call. Tell me a little bit more, how it would be of the advantage. Now, we're going to meet with the director of housing here, and I don't want to mention names right now, but we will meet him, and I understand he has a direct line with Washington. And then maybe they can say, hey, look, here's something here that, small things have, or big things have small beginnings.
Yes, right.
So this
correct.
is a small thing right here in Norristown, and they come out and say, this is a good plan.
Well, we talked about vibrancy, but what it really is planned, multi-generational, vibrant community.
Getting people together.
Getting
Right.
people together. Why we want to have planned multi-generation vibrant community is because when you have multi-generation, there's a flow of motion, activity, and communication.
Right.
And it is not stagnant. I visited many retirement homes, and the common comment that people in the home, sometimes they say it with a sigh, sometimes they say it as a joke, and the comment is, too many old people.
Yeah.
So, but if you interject younger people living together with
that's
the
what it
older,
is.
and the senior citizen can offer the young people
That's right.
their experiences, and the younger people can offer the senior citizens
Yeah.
their energy, their creativity, their excitement.
Yeah.
That's a good exchange. In addition to all these benefits I just mentioned in the multi-generational community, is that let's say 3 generations. You have the working parents generation, you have the senior generation, and you have the younger junior generation. So when the working parents go to work, they don't have to send their parents to an old age home.
Yeah. I know. I have go ahead.
Now, yes, because this community in itself will take care of the senior citizens
Yeah.
by cooperate.
The people helping each other.
Right, and the parents don't have to send their children to daycare center, which I call a kennel. So they can just go to work, and the older people and the younger people can mix and exchange and have a good life with services provided.
I think we had a lot of community. I lived on Chestnut Street, Norristown, between Sweden and DeKalb. And we helped. If somebody was sick, they would go over there. If somebody died, they did a collection for flowers. Everybody was helping somebody, And now I live up on Powell Street. I don't even know who. I know my neighbor next door in the yellow, but I don't know the other. But I got a question from the balcony. Here's one from the balcony. The lady with the blue dress over there. She just said, he says, how do you make a building more humane?
It's by satisfying the 1,000-year-old human feelings, human desires. That we desire closeness, we desire family, we desired caring and sharing. So building is no longer a style. Buildings, plural, becomes community, and it becomes a philosophy.
Right.
So you can design communities in anywhere in the world. The buildings will be different because they have different cultures.
Yeah.
They have different likes and dislikes. And you have to alter your design concept to the different locales.
Yeah.
But with the same idea that people want closeness, family, warmth, caring and sharing, and multi-generation.
Right.
So building is no longer a style, no longer a formula. Building is housing for people.
Right. So, the building's one thing, and the food's a different thing. In one place we'll have shrimp and lobster sauce, over here spaghetti and meatballs, over here you get Irish stew, but it's all together.
Yes.
Right?
So,
Right.
yes,
All right, I got another question. I'll let you read this one out loud. Read it out loud.
How do you make multi-generational community? Well, I think I just went through some of that
Yes.
earlier. The multi-generational community is a community of different kinds of building, one-bedroom units, two-bedroom units, three-bedroom units, and so on and so forth. And you start with a small one-bedroom unit efficiency, and later on your family grows. It becomes
Right.
you have to move into a larger house, and so on and so forth. And the trend has always been that you move from small to live in a bigger, and then you come back to small again, then you go into a retirement home. That has been the trend. And there's another trend today, is that people like to age in place. They don't want to move.
Yeah, no.
But-
Right.
And there are all kinds of services.
They're like my kids. Move out of Norristown. Get out of Norristown. Get out there. People want to move because of this or that. You know, so, you know. All right, I got another question. What challenges have you had putting this idea into practice? What are some of the challenges?
It's helping young people
To get it, understand.
to understand, save money, to ultimately have their own house, if you will.
Yeah.
Because today you have to have 20% down, you have to go to a mortgage company and get approved, you have to apply, they might turn you down, they may not turn you down. All these things, that is my challenge, is to eliminate all these things and help young people to save money.
Right. Young people have to start thinking about the future. You know, I remember when I was a policeman, I was single, then I got married and I had kids, and I got the house, another car, this, that, you know. And now I'm 93, I'm still around. Someone up there likes me, I guess, I don't know. But it's good right now, you behind the camera, start thinking about getting older, about your parents, your grandpop and everybody. Think about
And your own retirement.
Right. And we'll put you there. But all right now, all right, here's another one. Out loud.
How is designing a new building different from renovating an old one? Cost.
All right.
To
That's a good
renovate
question. I
sometimes
like
can
that.
be very expensive.
Huh?
To renovate can be very expensive if you have to retrofit a lot of things. If the building requires very little renovation, it could be there could be savings. But and also sometimes when you get an older building, use the old phrase, you open up a can of worms. So there are different ways to attack this problem. If the old building is in good shape, all you have to do is provide some amenities for senior citizen. But I don't advocate renovating old buildings.
No.
I would.
No, because sometimes they might have asbestos, and I think half of the schools in Norristown asbestos. I interviewed a cancer doctor. She said there's more people in the southeastern part of Pennsylvania have cancer than any place in the United States.
Yeah.
So that means we had an asbestos place in Ambler. We had a place in Valley Forge. We had asbestos in the schools.
Yes.
Here I am. I have cancer 3 different times. Over here, over there. You know. So
Yes.
I don't know what to tell you.
You're absolutely right. So.
When's the last time they tested for asbestos in all the schools?
To answer this question, there's no particular answer. Generally speaking, I don't think to renovate old building is the answer. I think
No.
the answer is to see what we can do to create a community and what is available if there are existing facilities that we can make into a community. If not, we have to create new communities.
That's where an architect with a vision, with ideas, comes up with. Make it, not only is it safe, It'd be for security. It's for weather.
Yes.
You know, and for love. That's the most important thing. And we're running out of time.
Okay.
So, is there anything you want to tell me real fast? We're going to meet. We're going to meet.
Well, I took this idea to many people, and they all like the idea, but they say it's too big for them to handle. And I understand that.
We're going to meet with this next week, and I think I'm going to have the Times Herald, Oscar Gamble with us, and we're going to talk to. He has a direct line with Washington.
Yes.
With Carson.
Yes, because it all happened that when I was talking to many business people, and they all shy away from doing anything like that.
Yeah.
And one good friend of mine, who was a local person, Charlie Tornetta, he said, Jack, I like the
real
idea,
estate. Yeah.
but I think you have to have the government to help out.
All right, we will. Okay, now, I'm going to just close this here with something. Fundraising for all the people that need help down there in the southern states that got hit hard. Colleges get state funding. Why can't every Saturday there's a football game, 80,000, 90,000 people there. Why can't they put a big recycle bin there and people drop money, $1, $2? You get 80,000 people. If they all put $1, it's 80,000. And that would be, in one Saturday, would be enough money to help all them people down there. Just a thought. If anybody, aside. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. And my next show, I'm going to have the president of the Northtown Council, Sanders, and I will continue working with you. Come back and let us know. We will come back when we talk to this man from the housing and see if they like it. And if it goes to Washington, here we go. Northtown, the county seat of Montgomery. So, Jack Chung, thank you so much for coming on in here with his ideas and everything.
My pleasure.
And I want to thank everybody for coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a reporter, Oscar Gamble, sitting in the audience, and he's going to do a story about this. So you'll be able to not only watch this on TV later in about a week or two, and then in the Times Herald. Okay? So God bless America. God bless you. And God bless this project that will move forward. And now it's one last thing is my friend Joe Boatwright just won the contest, singing contest down in the Dell in Philadelphia. He's my man. He comes to my house 2 days a week from family service. He's my hit man. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll have him sing one of the songs that he won. A big contest, 5,000 people. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, so God bless you, and may you keep bobbing and weaving and keep your trunks off the canvas. Here we go. Thank you, everybody. Everybody loves somebody sometime. That's it, rock. Woo! Salute.
Salute.
Salute.